Most of the attacks came from within.
What do they want? What do they really want?
Money, influence. Many of them will be appointed to serve the people. They won't get back to their villages until another election. And they will say, oh, the governor is a stingy man. Oh, he doesn't understand politics. Their own idea of politics is bring money, let's share.
So how did Akeredolu protect himself?
He tried his best. He tried his best. Yeah, he tried his best, but of course, those people too were unrelenting. He tried his best. They were unrelenting. At a time, I begged him to excuse me from all official, engagements, as in public outings, ceremony, all of them.
Why?
No, because of what I just told you. They thought I was his juju man. And I'm not an indigenous of Ondo State. My wife is.
So did you come under pressure?
Under pressure. I was almost assassinated now 3 times. Under pressure. That's an understatement. Didn't you read at the time when they said I slapped a pregnant woman?
Yes, I read that story.
How possible would that have been when I was not insane? When I was not insane, I would slap a pregnant woman, beat a pregnant woman in a market in Yoruba land.
So what happened?
And I would slap a pregnant woman and I would walk off. And Akure people will leave me. Ondo people. I had my press crew, I had my security details, I had policemen who were working with us. What happened? Ojaoba corridor. We were just called that some people at the road that the previous administration constructed. The traders had this, habit of blocking the road, taking over and even beating pedestrians. So some women had, I think it was a festive period. The festival was approaching. So some women had constructed their, animal pen. They were selling chicken. They put them, just at the base of the footbridge. So there was no way they would not be clashing with pedestrians. So some of them called us because the residents would call us. We never went to any place where we were not called. The policemen at A Division joined us. So it was not High Priest alone who was there. So they called us and we got to the place and we asked them to destroy many of the benches and the thing on the road. The people from Ministry of Environment that went with us. And so we broke them and we left. There was a particular woman who was dragging a bench with one of my policemen who had his AK-47 on his shoulder, and so I was afraid. I didn't want any calamity. So that was the only one I remembered. I took the bench. I said, oh yeah, break the bench. And we left the place for the interchange that Akete had just constructed. The NURTW people and some traders and the local government people in Odigbo, they are so spaces. So they're already undermining the structure of the bridge. And the consultants to the contractors there, Engineer Oshiberu, called me to raise the alarm that this bridge will be destroyed in no time. Then the governor now instructed that I should go. That was what happened. So I was in Ore when the governor called and said, High Priest Kilo Shele. I said, no, I was busy giving him reports of what we met in Ore. Because of that was the assignment given to me. I didn't even see that as anything. I said, he said, you beat somebody and that person had fainted. I said, hey, beat? I beat or no, we didn't beat anybody. There was no fight. He said, they said everywhere. In fact, before I left Ore, one suborned journalist had called me from Adaba FM. I didn't know he was even on a live program. So I was just talking as I was talking to the governor. What are you talking about? He said, please, you are on live program. I said, you must be a bastard now. Live program, how? That what? That I should tell you that I did what I did not do? Get off. Go to hell. So I got back to Akure. I never left Akure. Nothing happened. I thought maybe there was some organized riot. Nothing.
So that story was manufactured? It
was manufactured by those who were serving Akete's government. Aketi called a meeting. At that meeting, the former SSG, Doyin Odebowale, was there. The new governor now, who was the deputy governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, was there. The former chief of staff, Bengale, was there. The former commissioner for information, who is now at the House of Reps, Donald Ojogo, was there. Dare Aragbaye, who was head of service, was there. And former commissioner for finance, Wale Akintayewa. And Aketi said, look, take me to the hospital where this woman is now, and let me know, see the doctor who treated the woman. For what? A pregnant woman with no husband, with no members of family who fight that man. Me, I didn't enjoy any immunity now. No police invited me, nobody. So, and they made it real. If you see Google my name today, the first thing you see, BBC Yoruba that they used, Sahara reporters, all of it, they were putting everything there. And those from within, the Aketi instructed to write a rebuttal, they did not.
They did not. They did not,
until I now address a press conference by myself. You know, they thought that maybe that will make Aketi go, okay, we come and resign. I brought him from Ibadan. We are going back together. That was how the Okada operations. When we got into office, the Ondo State government was realizing 400,000 naira in 18 local governments 1 month.
400,000.
400,000 flat. From 400,000 naira when my office took over, and we made them pay directly to Board of Internal Revenue. We designed our tickets. We sent people who monitored them, even for security. I was going to come to that. From 400,000 naira, we got to 75 million naira a month. What was happening was that certain civil servants and political appointees were collecting money from the union leaders, revenue of government. We stopped it. We stopped it. So they suddenly remember that I came from Ijebu. My wife is Ondo. My 4 children from my wife, Ondo people. No, that didn't matter to them again. I became an Ijebu, a foreigner.
Does it matter? You know, I hear these things. Somebody from Ogun State working in Ondo State, and they are saying, you are from Ijebu.
No,
I don't understand.
We even share border.
I don't. Why?
Yeah, well, because you see, when you talk about land, you talk about limited possibilities. So people.
Is an Ijebu man not a Yoruba man? Is Yoruba not the common denominator?
But let me tell you, the people of Ondo State loved me. At a time, anytime, anywhere I went to, they were not going to be allowing me to pay. I said, no way. I wasn't allowed to kill. So, but those who were using this were those who lost out. You can imagine, you sit in your office, you are just collecting, per week, you collect 1 million, 2 million from Okada, money meant for the state.
Just like that?
Just like that. Flying money, flying revenue. No EFCC will capture you.
Is this how we have been running the country?
That's the way they've been running it. They are not going to come here to tell you the truth. The abattoir, Minister of Agric, we made them look. You cannot be killing cow that people will not see that. Veterinary doctors must examine the animals you are killing for people to consume. They marketing, when they say food stuff, everything has gone up. It's a lie, manipulation. Every produce, tomato, they have association. Fish, they have market association. And these people will insist, they will tell the traders, the market women, what to charge.
They do that?
One woman died, now one fish seller died. That was how we got to know. The woman did not pay the 2,000 naira levy that the market association had imposed. And these members of this association don't sell anything. You find that they bleach their skin. They are useless people. So this woman, it was raining. The woman was driven off. She now went to hide under one uncompleted building. At that Ojoba there, near Odokwetu, then the building now caved in and killed the woman. That was how we drove them out of the market. We drove them out of the market. Say Ijebu, Ada Ijebu or Egba. We drove them out. The NURTW people, they say they are powerful. Abiola Ajimobi here. I was a member of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry here now. Yeah. You remember?
Yeah.
So the experience I garnered here, I used there. When they started fighting and they killed one person, I said, where will that happen? Kill who? Waiting. I drove all of them from all the parks. Before I even took instruction from the governor, I drove them off. We took charge of the park. Drove them off. And before we left, those who were suspected, they were still standing trial. Who allow nonsense? If there is any nonsense going on around, the government of the day supports it.
So Akeredolu gave you that free hand to do your work.
Free hand. In fact, they called me alternate governor some places. Governor without money. You see, the way the state is structured, prebendalism cannot end. Because you depend on allocation that people just wait for. You collect and you share. One moment you go into government as a mendicant, you don't have anything. The next moment you are a billionaire. How come?
Are you a billionaire?
How can I be? How can I be? I came out of the government broke now. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, I didn't benefit from the government. I was there for 7 years. My allowances, what they call the packages of office, that Akete even allowed me to get. You must be an ingrate. You must be an enemy of what is good for you to now do what? I told you from 400,000 naira we raised it to 75 million, and we took charge of the security. We took charge. You could not ride any Okada in Akure without we had your biometrics. We had everything about you.
We will come to that.
So it's stealing. Some people will steal, put them in the vault of Central Bank. I was just an ordinary SSA.
From what you have described, you are not ordinary. Or you were not ordinary.
Yes,
you could see the pressure, the attack that came your way.
At a time, one guy was killed allegedly by a civil defense person. There was going to be a riot. We intervened. They listened to us. We were going to bury the dead body. That was the time some disgruntled members of NURTW chose to assassinate me. They wanted to kill me. As we got to the junction where we were going to, some thugs, out of the fact that they were pained that one of their men had been killed, they started throwing stones at the civil defense people. Those ones started shooting up. Then a girl was sitting in one of my vans, and I asked her to sit. She was sitting with the cops. And I just said, Joko. As I turned like this, she was dead. They gave her hair, and they gave her on the leg 3. So I paid for the autopsy. Then the shells of the bullets, I followed the then CP, the Adeyanju. Not this Adeyanju. One Adeyanju is the name of the former CP. Followed me. It was in front of the gate to the officers' mess, that junction to the government house. The pellets, the shell we picked was not from the civil defense. It was not from civil defense. It was from those who wanted to kill me now. They wanted to kill me more than twice.
But they don't call you high priest for nothing. A high priest is known to be tough. You know that.
Yes, I am tough.
You are tough.
I am tough.
So you went into government with that toughness.
I think my reputation preceded me. So by the time I got to the place, they thought I could be cowed. And what they did not, prepare for was that I still don't attend parties. It must be very important to me for you to find me in any social gathering. I'm not that free. So you won't find me in a club. You won't find me in any hotel. You won't find me drinking NSC or anything with anybody. I managed my business. So it was tough for them. Then to get to where I was, my defense was considerable.